Hey guys, it is Canada Graphs here, and it is late. I just did a live chat like an hour or two ago. I will add a couple of those topics into this video, but this video is pretty sudden because the news just came out like an hour ago. I don't know. I was busy playing a game, and I came back onto Twitter to have like 2 DMs and 3 tweets at me, like telling me this. So let me just bring it up. So James Gunn tweeted recently that they're basically got their first slate of movies ready for the his run at Warner Brothers. I was gonna say DC Films, but that's not them anymore. Anyways, the thing that caught most people's attention, I'll read the whole start of it and then I will like reiterate what the big news is when we get there. So he started a tweet session. This started at 5:49 Pacific time, so 8:49 Eastern. So this is like an hour and a half ago. He's like, Peter and I have a DC slate ready to go, which we couldn't be more over the moon about. We'll be able to share some exciting information about our first project at the beginning of the year. Okay, cool. His next tweet, I don't think was going to be received very well. I'll even say, even I'm disappointed in this one, and I like James Gunn. Among those on the slate is Superman. Cool. In the initial stages, our story will be focusing on the earlier part of Superman's life, so the character will not be played by Henry Cavill. So just, what was it, like 2 months ago, we had a big announcement. Henry Cavill's coming back for Man of Steel 2. Cool stuff. Everybody was excited. Literally everybody was excited. Didn't matter if you were just a DC fan. Did not care if you're just a Superman fan. Didn't care if you were one of those Snyder guys. Everyone was positive about this news. This is one of the few times that lately Warner Brothers DC has gotten a win. And James Gunn did that today. And this is weird because I think James is going to eventually do an alright job at this job. But this is going to hang over him for a couple of years. This is going to be a hard one for him to shake. So with that also came Henry Cavill put out an Instagram post, and it's it was about the same time as that, and that went, I have just had a meeting with James Gunn and Peter Safran, and it is sad news, everyone. I will, after all, not be returning as Superman. After being told by the studio to announce my return back in October, prior to their hire, this news isn't the easiest, but that's life. The changing of the guard is something that happens. I respect that. James and Peter have a universe to build. I wish them and all involved with the new universe the best of luck and the happiest of fortunes. For those who have been by my side throughout the years, we can mourn for a bit, but then we must remember Superman is still around. Everything he stands for still exists, and the examples he sets for us are still there. My turn to wear the cape has passed, but what Superman stands for never will. It's been a fun ride with you all, onwards and upwards. So there you have it. James Gunn making the official statement today that Henry Cavill will not be back as Superman. They've decided to go in a different direction. And Henry Cavill confirming that in an Instagram post. And, I mean, Henry Cavill is getting a raw deal here. I do not think it needs to be pointed out, since most people that have followed this followed the drama of it all out, but it needs to be said anyway. Let's not forget, this is a man that left a job that he already had on The Witcher to take this role. He left a guaranteed job to take this role. And James Gunn has pulled that out from under him. I don't know where in the DC world the blame goes for making Henry Cavill think he's got a guaranteed gig. Whether that goes on the old guard, whether that goes on David Zaslav, who knows? But somebody owes Henry Cavill a gross amount of money for the project he's lost out on. And I don't know. I really don't have a way to wrap that story up because it is just so ridiculous. It is the most Discovery thing Discovery could do. This company is a tire fire inside of a garbage dump fire, and every day the stupid hits a new level. I don't know if James Gunn is just out there being a yes man for them, but I'm disappointed in this decision. I expected him to have a better grasp on what fans want. Alright, there is other news in the DC world in the last couple of days, so maybe we should focus on that. So the last couple of days we have had some news that pertains to DC television shows, specifically on the CW. Some of it'll have fans excited, some of it maybe not, but we'll go through these real quick. I talked about these earlier in a live chat before the Henry Cavill news came out, but here it is. Superman and Lois has an official start date for its third season. And that date is March 14th. Kind of later than I thought it'd be. I had said the last few weeks when people would ask, I'm like, I think it'll be somewhere in the very late part of February or the first week of March. So it's a week later than what my latest point was I thought it would be. Hopefully there's not too many breaks, because if not, it's going to run well into June. The other thing is it's going to be joined on that night by another DC property that may be, the reason they're putting it there is they're hoping Superman and Lois will prop it up so it doesn't get canceled after 3 episodes, and that is Gotham Knights. The, let's be honest, much maligned project that not many people are very excited about has a premiere date, and it's also March 14th following Superman and Lois. It always made sense to put that show with something that could potentially give it some lead-in viewers, and I guess they thought, they're like, hey, it's a superhero themed based connected show, maybe it'll work paired up with Superman and Lois. My personal feeling, I don't think it will. I don't think those fan bases overlap very much, but we'll see. We will see. The other news mostly comes all from The Flash, and that is yesterday, at the time of recording this video, I don't know if this will be up today or if it'll be up tomorrow, Nicole Maines, who played Nia Null, aka Dreamer, on Supergirl, is joining The Flash for an episode this season. This has been a rumor that Eric Wallace practically hand-delivered to people months ago. He had hinted strongly that he was in talks with a former Supergirl cast member to be on the show. He had confirmed it was someone that had never been on The Flash before. And he'd kind of like slipped up at some point when he was talking about the person, and then said whoever he or she is, and then he said something like or they, or something along those lines. He'd used the terminology to imply somebody that maybe doesn't have a particular identification. So that news came out yesterday, and today they followed it up by dropping the first look at season 9 of The Flash, their official trailer, 30-second clip. In there, I'm not going to show it on here, obviously, but in there, you can find it on the internet. In there, a couple things. First of all, they didn't show Javicia Leslie in any way, shape, or form. They did not show her as Ryan Wilder. They did not show her as Batwoman. They did not show her as Red Death, even though we know all of those things. Very suspicious and weird. What they did show, they showed us Goldface, which, I mean, we knew was coming, but weird that they profiled him in there. We got a quick look at Captain Boomerang. We got another character, I don't know, he had like a stitched up looking face. But then the other thing that everybody didn't notice at first, I mean, I think a few people have now, but I picked up on it kind of right away. There's a scene where Barry's in the forest and he's talking to someone. He says, "We need your help." In that scene, Barry is looking up at someone clearly, notably taller than him in the forest. And at the same time the scene is going on, you hear a grunting, gruff sound that sounds like Gorilla Grodd. So I think we're getting Gorilla Grodd this season. But that is all they really showed in the trailer. It was very quick. It was very full of nothing. And so that came out today. And that is all the news there's been in the last day or two that I'm aware of. There's a continual cycle of rumors and other off-topic things that kind of loosely connect to all of these things that come out. But those were enough things that happened in the last 48 or so hours that I felt a video needed to come out, because not everyone watches my live chats, because, you know, it's an hour to 2 hours long. So there's a condensed 10-minute version of the news. Thanks for dropping by. Hopefully I'll have some more sets content for you in the future. It's been slow right now, kind of cold out, so they're not outside much. You might not get much until like February or March, depending how the weather is. But that's it for now. Thanks, and see you in the future. Bye.